Let's start by talking about Arsenal. What do you want to talk about? They won again. So what? They're going to finish fourth. Is that what we're talking about here?
No.
Because this was the first thing you wanted to talk about today.
Well, is it not time that Arteta got some respect that he deserves and the plaudits that he deserves for the way that his team are playing, the run that they're now on, the decisions, the bold decisions he's had to make as a manager, the pressure he was under and has now come through, and he's still got doubters. I haven't heard many people who were saying it's never going to happen for him. He should leave. Arteta out. All of this, and all of a sudden, and I was one that stuck with him because I thought I felt like I could see something there in the way that he was trying to implement his side to play and the youth that they had there, and they've come through it and they look fantastic. Aid.
Is that a bit too much? Fantastic.
No, I think they do.
They look decent.
Honestly,
yeah.
I've loved watching them recently. 5 wins in a row, great to watch. Got a real camaraderie within the team, working for each other. They're starting to see partnerships all over the pitch. Front four, Odegaard, what a player!
He's all right. Can I just remind you, you're saying this today, and in about 48 hours' time, Arsenal fans will start to get a bit nervous because they're home to Liverpool on Wednesday. You want to stick with this? You want to go with this?
I do, because I think he's still getting stick, and he's not been given maybe the praise that he deserves.
What stick is that? I've not
Arteta.
heard him get any stick recently. What's this? Where's this from? Who's giving him stick? What's the criticism of Arteta? What can anybody possibly criticise Arteta for? I mean, what I'm about to do is not exactly dismantle what you're saying, but I'm going to give another little angle on it, because fundamentally, all right, he won the FA Cup.
Dismantle.
Yeah, well, all right, let's do it.
That's a strong word.
No, let's do it, because you're saying he isn't getting the credit he deserves. I mean, so far this season, they haven't actually done anything. They're playing better, but they haven't finished fourth yet. If they do, then say, yeah, fair play, finish fourth. But that can't be the end goal. I think the end goal has got to be getting back into title contention, going deep into the Champions League. That's what Arsenal used to do. Now, if he can get there, then, listen, all bets are off. He has achieved what Arsenal fans want him to achieve. And they're enjoying the football. They're enjoying winning games. I've no problem with that. But this season, there's no Europe. They didn't take the domestic competition seriously. I appreciate they got to a semi-final of the League Cup, but they had Sunderland along the way. I mean, it was at home. I don't think he was desperate to win a domestic cup, which is well within his rights not to. But they haven't had any distractions, basically. They've had basically no injuries whatsoever. You asked me earlier off air, you said, who would you have, Rodgers or Arteta? Well, let's see Arteta when he has the kind of injuries Rodgers has had this season. Now, that's a real test. And I don't think Rodgers has come through it particularly well. But basically, Arsenal have had 0 injuries this season. Been incredibly fortunate on that front. And he's taken advantage of it. He's been backed by the board. They've allowed him to waste loads of money. They've just allowed him to shovel loads of money into a fire by refusing to manage Ozil and Aubameyang. Not many board of directors would allow that to happen, so he's been very fortunate there. And with Odegaard, he does look really good. I love the way he takes up positions, and he's always on the half-turn. He's always making things happen. You know that the opposition is scared of him because he can create something seemingly out of nothing. He can see a pass that loads of others can't. So there's nothing not to love about the way Odegaard plays. He's a really my kind of player. I love him. But there's a nagging doubt, and that is, why didn't Real Madrid put up a fight to keep him? Because he's only 23. And the reason is because he couldn't be bothered to fight for a place at Real Madrid. So he said, well, I ain't going to stick around. I'm not bothering to fight for a place here. This is a team that's going to win La Liga. This is a team that's just performed heroics in the Champions League and could go on to win it yet again. So that's a team with real expectations. So what he's done is he's effectively dumbed down by going to Arsenal. He's gone to a club with very little, tangible expectations. It's just get better or the manager gets sacked. That's about it. Or if you don't want to stay here, you just have to create a scene like Aubameyang and Ozil, and then you can work your way out of it. So there's no real pressure on him, and he's doing well at the moment. But when the chips are down, or when there's serious expectations, that's when we'll see the real Martin Odegaard. And maybe by then he might have matured and become an all-round player, and he'll handle it much better than he has at Real Madrid. But there's still a nagging doubt for me.
So, look, they've had the odd injuries. Tierney wasn't available for a long period of the first part of the season.
One left back.
Yeah, Tomiyasu's missing at the moment, so he's playing Cedric and getting a tune out of Cedric when most people would have said, well, he needs to be out the door. Money wasted. I wouldn't agree with that. That's the club's problem. That's not Arteta's problem. He's not the one that brought in Ozil, and he's certainly not the one that brought in Aubameyang. He hasn't brought in them players, but he's had to get rid of them. I don't think he's
refused to work with them
because he wants the right characters within his squad, of which we are now seeing the benefit of getting rid of those the characters. I'll just name you a few players that he's got rid of. That I think I remember when a few of these players left, there was some disgruntlement. Obviously, Aubameyang, Piers Morgan's still going on about the fact that Aubameyang's scoring goals, but look how great that forward line looks at the moment at Arsenal. I've loved watching them play. Lacazette's looked a dream as a number 9 in that role. Now Aubameyang's gone.
A goal. What are you talking about?
But a forward's not about that anymore. It's not. You're not judged just on your goals anymore as a forward. In fact, most of your work is done for the wide players. You know, he got rid of David Luiz. He got rid of Mari. He got Kolasinac. Maitland-Niles, people saying, why you got rid of him in case you're getting in? Well, he's gone. Bellerin gone. Willian. You know, Torreira, Willock. When Willock went, they were like, what are you doing letting Willock go? Well, Odegaard's come in and he's been magnificent. A wonderful player. And he's so young, I don't think Real Madrid gave him the opportunity he needed to play and be trusted like Arteta's trusted him. You look at the young players that he's working with at Arsenal, how he's improved them. You can't just say, oh, well, they're just young players. They've come in and that's not him. That is him. He's the one that's coaching them. Centre-back pairing now, you think, I like the look of them. White, for me, would be a starter for England at the moment. Ramsdale, brought in, looks excellent, solid in terms of that goalkeeper position that's been an issue. I think he's done so many things and made massive decisions with big name players, and they've backed him.
Okay,
and now you're seeing the rewards for that by sticking with what they believed and maybe what they saw behind the scenes with Arteta. And the only thing I would say that I would agree with what you said is when it really comes to the crunch, and maybe when there's European football, then of course there's that question mark. Can they then handle that? Well, Wednesday will be a great example.
Well, Arsenal-Liverpool on Wednesday. Next season there will be European football, probably be Champions League football. Let's see whether Arteta and his squad can handle all of that. But does he deserve more credit, or should we just hold fire for a bit? 03717223344.